Energy is everything, and everything is energy. Hey there, AmyK here. I want to talk specifically about the fact that when we walk into a conversation, we are bringing energy to it, and energy influences the results, the outcome, the profitability of that conversation. And so if you have followed me at all, I've been doing this for over 25 years. I teach leadership, communication skills, critical thinking, team and culture dynamics. I teach sales. All of this is about our energy. So if you are at all curious about the difference between activation energy and controlling energy, if you are intrigued by the concept of energetic escrow, if you are interested in growing your business or having better relationships or a more fulfilling life, at some point, we got to address the elephant in the room. The underlying thing to all of this is energy. So I want to talk about a concept today specifically called activation energy, because it is the opposite of controlling energy. So controlling energy is, I'm going to force this. I'm going to make this happen. By golly, this will work. We can all relate to that kind of energy. But activation energy is this beautiful energy of, I'm going to invite you, or I'm going to spark you to get inspired or motivated to take action on your own. I am going to get you so excited about your own ideas that you're going to go take action of your own accord and your own agency. So here's a great story. Suppose you have a teenager who comes to you and says, I really want to go to a concert. And you're like, ooh, I don't know. That concert's on a school night. And they're like, I promise, mom and dad, I promise, if you let me go to this concert, I will get up and I will go to school the next day. And you're like, okay, deal. They go to the concert. They come home at 2:00 in the morning. The alarm goes off the next morning. You don't hear any movement. Nobody is getting up and going to school. So controlling energy would be you going in and be like, you agreed, you promised, get out of bed, get your butt to school. We can imagine that scenario. Or there's activation energy. Activation energy is you sit down on the side of the bed, they're completely covered, by their coverlet, and you say, you must have had a great time. You got in at 2:00 last night. That concert must have rocked. I can't imagine how excited you are to go share all your photos with your friends and tell them all the things that the crowd did and how the performers, played all your favorite songs. I bet the energy of that concert was amazing. And now you get to go share it with your friends at school. You leave the room. 10 minutes later, you hear the shower running because they're getting ready to go share that fabulous experience with their friends. That's the difference. So whether it's at work or it's at home, you as a leader can light yourself up and light those that you lead with activation energy, or you can have an energy drain by spending most of your time and headspace in how can I control this? How can I force this? So leaders, we're all in sales. Whether we're selling our ideas, whether we're selling a real product or service to help somebody, to serve them and solve their problems and their challenges, we're in sales. And sales is energy. This August, I am going to spend 4 days at a retreat teaching about energy, the energetics of a conversation, the energetics of connection, the energetics of sales and the sales process and solving problems and harnessing the collective intelligence of a sales team. We're going to talk about activation energy versus controlling energy and energetic escrow and what it means to bring a frequency to a certain type of conversation, and certain frequencies get different results. Because at the end of the day, hello, energy is everything and everything is energy. So if this intrigues you, if you're curious about these concepts and how they can get game-changing results for you, I seriously invite you to check it out, learn more about it. You can click on the link below. And here's where a lot of people would be like, oh, time is running out and time is of the essence. No, here's how my energy works. If this is aligned, if this sounds fabulous to you, I invite you to join us. We're also going to be doing it again twice in 2024. So if you're like, oh, I love this idea, but August doesn't work for me, well, then keep it in the back of your mind, because at some point, we all realize that energy is the game-changing secret sauce to having the career that we want, the relationships that we want, the energy that we want inside ourselves to create the life that we actually desire. It's all energy. So From my energetically buzzing heart to yours, hugs.